Well, here we go. Gamies and Gamelton. So I just saw something that I thought I might show you guys. Warzone 3 might be scrapped if Verdansk flops. This, to me, feels like they planted this. Like it feels like the company put this out as, you know, like they're hoping that people will see it. You know what I mean? Like they leaked this information on purpose to to get some sort of reaction from the people. First of all, if Verdansk flops, what exactly does that mean? Like, there's so many different things that could mean. You know what I mean? Like if it flops, what? If nobody gets on and plays it? I mean, don't get me wrong. Yes, I'm going to play during the Verdansk map when they bring it back. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people that are going to come back and play it because of Verdansk. Do I think that a lot of those people, including myself, are going to be sitting there playing it for weeks, maybe even months? No, it's still Warzone. And to make matters worse, all they're really giving us is Verdansk and maybe like one or two different game modes back. As far as going back to the way things used to be and the way things used to look, it's still going to be Warzone. It's still going to be the same exact game that we currently have. Like, and I'm talking about like the build of like the way the character moves, the weapons that we have. As far as the weapons that we have and the movement, the way that it's messed up. Because if you've played Warzone lately, it's not the Warzone we remember. So, you know, it's like they're taking Verdansk and giving us a version of Verdansk in today's Warzone. So that's not that great, if we're being honest. It's really not. I mean, you're gonna, I'll be honest with you, the last time I played Warzone was probably months and months and months ago. It's been a little while since I played, but when I played, it didn't feel like Warzone to me. It felt like like, I don't even know how to put it. It felt like a shell of what Warzone used to be. Like it's the movement feels off now. It almost feels like you're playing a mobile version of what the game, like, that's the best way I can put it. It's like playing a mobile version of the game. The movement feels off. All the guns feel sweatitized now. Like everything feels like you could legitimately just, you could just, you know, I don't know. Find me a big name Warzone streamer. You could be him, because none of the guns are hard to shoot now. Everything feels simple. Just in general, the game is a mess. Now, another thing, hackers, cheaters, people using Kronos, you cannot with a straight face say that you're going to want everybody to come back and this game is just going to be revived because you brought in a new map and you did nothing about the cheaters and the hackers. All right, the cheaters and the hackers are part of the reason that the game is where it's at right now. Like they're literally part of the reason that the game is so dead right now. A big part, because people are sick of getting screwed, you know? So they're not doing nothing about that. What else? Yeah. So to put a plant out like that and say, to come out and say that oh, well, if Verdansk flops, then we're probably just going to shut down any idea of Warzone 3, or, you know, we may just shut down Warzone in general. It's like, man, you know, that sounds like, you know what that kind of sounds like? That kind of sounds like you bring your friends over to play basketball on your basketball court. Oh, well, if you don't give me the basketball and let me shoot the hoops, I'm going to take the basketball away and you all can go home. That's really what that feels like, doesn't it? Like, it feels like they're saying, well, if you guys, you know, if you guys don't let us, if you guys don't let us do what we want to do, then you can just go home. like, bro, have a temper tantrum about it. I'm sorry that you guys can't learn how to fix your game. And you've just drastically made it worse in the last, I don't know how many years, 5 years. Like, hey, cry me a river. So, you know, yeah, and there's so much more too, that's wrong with the way the whole thing, shakes out. But, needless to say, Verdansk is coming back. I am really excited to play the new map. I think it's going to look cool. I think it's going to look fun. I don't see how it's going to revive the series unless by some crazy chance they really, I mean, I personally, you know, on a side note of something, like if you wanted, like here, if you wanted to fix the game, there's a few things you could do. I've got a couple of my own personal thoughts on the subject. Like, for instance, would it be that bad to make a subscription version of the game where only subscription users of the game can play? All right. I really don't see that as that big of a deal. Will there still be cheaters even if you do that? Sure, there will. But that'll give you extra revenue to actually make a non-cheating side of the game where people don't cheat. I still think people will pay the subscription and cheat, but I think you're going to see less of it if you make a subscription side. Yes, I understand Battle Royale has always been free. Yes, I understand most Battle Royales are free, but at least you could use some of that revenue that you build off of making a subscription version of the game to get yourself an actual anti-cheat that works, because what you got right now is not working. Ricochet smells worse than my morning shit. It smells bad and it doesn't work. And the hackers and the cheaters and et cetera, are laughing their asses off at you because it doesn't work. I mean, it's, yeah, it's bad. And another thing, this whole thing of banning people for talking in the chat. Can somebody please tell me how and why that's a thing? I mean, it's already a mature game. All right. So obviously people are going to be using foul language in the game. I mean, that's what's it's a mature game. If you're mad that people are swearing and, you know, using racial terms and stuff like that on a video game that's set up for mature, because I promise you, if you join the military or if you go out, I promise you they're not going to give a flying shit what you say to them while you're on the battlefield shooting guns back and forth. They're not going to care. So putting it in a video game that's rated mature and is set that way is just, they need to get rid of it. They need to take it out of the game. I mean, it's how disconnected could you be from your community to not understand that you're doing something horrible and you're literally killing your game from the inside out? I mean, because that's what they're doing inadvertently. They're killing their game. So, yeah, like I said, I am excited for the new map. I think it's going to be great. I'm telling you, that feels like a planted thing to say. I can't help but feel like they're trying to use almost like scare tactics to get people to, feels like they're using scare tactics to get people to play Warzone. That's not going to work. That's not going to do anything good for you. That's only going to make people upset. You know, either way. Thank you for watching the video, guys. I appreciate it. This is a new format I wanted to try, and we'll see what happens. We'll see if it gets any. We'll see if it gains any traction. I'm gonna do a little bit of editing, and then hopefully, get back to doing what we normally do. Appreciate everybody. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.